Hello and welcome back to Bedrockin Minecraft. I'm Guru Plant and today you find me back on my docks again. So today we are gonna do some prep work probably on the dock. Last time round we got the tower built in, we got my gate area put in and we got this wall put in, but it's still a big blank area. What I'm gonna do today, probably not actually get it built, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in and I'm going to place, using wall blocks, a load of foundations for houses so I can get, because I want a lot of buildings on this. I want this to be quite a built up area. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go around and I'm going to place just the footprint of each building and get this quite packed in. Using different blocks of wall because I'm going to do different styles of building, and see if we can get at least a layout for what I'm going to build on here. So that's my original plan. I shall see you in a bit. Okay, so what we've done here is just using some coloured wool. I've marked out a number of sort of different size shapes and sizes of little houses that I'm going to put in here. I've just sort of randomly added them all. There's no doors, there's no walls, there's no nothing, it just gives me a footprint, but it means that I can sort of walk around and see to a degree what sort of streets are going to look like, if there's any sort of bottlenecks. But I quite like the sort of the random feel of it all. There's some little alleyways and there's some little cuts. What I may do is, because this is hollow underneath me in the floor, it means that I can play around with different levels, so this I might drop down. And then you'll have sort of staircases and stuff like that, but we've got like little alleyways that will cut through. We can get to the dock and stuff like that. So I think that works quite nicely as a layout. Some of these might change as I actually build the buildings if they're too small inside and stuff like that. But now what I need to go and do is get some materials to actually build these out of. Now what I'm thinking is I'm going to use wood framed buildings with some sort of either stone or brick bottom layer, just literally the bottom one, and then terracotta and different coloured terracottas for the actual walls themselves. I think that will give it a nice sort of mixed look, so it's not a uniform look, because pretty much everything I've built so far has been very, very uniform. But I don't have any terracotta. I've got some masons in the iron farm, but not enough to give me the amount of terracotta I'm going to need. So I'm going to go check the shopping district and see if there is any masons, anyone selling any terracotta in there. So here we are at the shopping district. What we'll do is we'll take a quick look at the shops, see if I've made any diamonds. I think someone did say that they were about to purchase a load of hoppers. So let's have a quick, yes. So we've got a load of diamonds from hoppers. I think that's probably the only thing that we've sold really. We'll have a quick look around and I'll be back to you in a sec. So yeah, we made 11 diamonds from just the hoppers. Nothing else has really sold. I've gone and checked my other shops as well, and the ice isn't really moving anymore. We're wrapping down towards the end of the season with the new Nether update and the reset coming soon. So I think a lot of sort of big builds are being postponed until that point. So I believe that we have. Oh, we do. We have terracotta. Okay. So 2 diamonds a stack for terracotta. I'm gonna need to grab myself some diamonds. So let's grab some diamonds. Yoink. I'm gonna want all of the white and all of the light grey. And then we are probably, let's just grab another 8 stacks of normal terracotta. Right, so that should do me for all my terracotta. I have plenty of wood. So, what we will do now is we will head back to base and just go and see if we can't get some buildings built. really do apologise. By the looks of things, my audio cut out for this entire clip, so I've had to come back in and re-record it all. What we're going to do now is we're going to go through and build up some buildings. So we're going to use wood frame for the outsides. I quite like the idea of these all being sort of wood framed buildings with a single layer of a base material and then blocked in with the terracotta. I've used some wall on some of them as well. So although they'll all have a similar style, they'll all be slightly different in colour and there'll be a lot of variation between all of the buildings that we're doing. So yeah, with this one, it was just a case of going in with the dark oak, putting the frame in, and then we went in, I'm pretty certain, with some cobble after that. I've had to go and actually dig out all of the, me from being nice and well organised here and having to go and get sort of the stuff that I need halfway through. Oh, yeah, I do apologise, Saber. Those are your map shears that I may have borrowed. They will be back by the time you watch this video. They did come in incredibly useful, however. So thank you very much for the loan of your map shears. They will be back at your map by the time that you watch this. Um, but no, going in, putting the wood frame in, and then went in with the cobble, as I said, and put a decent base level in so that we've got a nice sort of bottom level. And then after that, I think on this first one, I possibly went in with the white um, terracotta, just to get your standard levels in, and so I can have a look around. And this then gives me an idea of exactly how um, tight the streets are going to be. As I said, I do have a. It's not designed to look exactly like, but the feel I was going for on this is going to be very much a Diagon Alley sort of feel. So sort of very sort of close and on top of each other. I don't want it to be a sort of a nice open area. I very much was looking for sort of very tight streets. The second levels, which I've not got to yet and won't do for a little while, will be sort of steeped in slightly. So it gives that really sort of claustrophobic feel. So somewhere that you could really, even though it's quite a small space, somewhere that you could get quite lost in quite easily. I think that's something that really works in this sort of a smaller space, and with lots of villagers in there. Hopefully by the end of it all, it'll have quite a bustling sort of look and feel to it, and that was the main plan for what we were doing here. So we've got the basic housing shapes in now. So as you can see, these are very, very, very basic, just blocked in. No windows, no doors, just torches to keep the lights going. But what we have gone and done is drop the levels down. And I really quite like the sort of the quite tight street feel that you get from here. Um, sort of I want a bit of a sort of a Diagon Alley styled feel to this bit, so it's all sort of enclosed. A lot of these houses are going to have second floors, and I think the second floors are going to sort of somewhat fall in over the tops of these. So I'm going to do staircases coming outwards, so that it's sort of quite narrow and quite tight on the second levels. I'm also going to have some balconies on either the fronts or the backs of them overlooking the water and stuff like that. Um, but no, I quite like where this is at the moment. So I've still got a lot of work to do. And what I'm thinking of doing is actually turning this into a working village. So I will find somewhere to put some food sources, ship a couple of villagers in, and hopefully they'll just populate the entire village. I'll get some workstations put in for everything, and just hopefully this will just be a live working village. Hence why I put the gate in so that nothing can actually get into here, so I shouldn't have to defend it too much. I think I should quite happily be able to get this big enough so that it will spawn golems to defend it if I need to as well. But that's the plan. Now all I'm going to do is I'm going to do a little bit more work on seeing what the second levels will look like and seeing if I can find somewhere to put those food sources in, and then start getting some the buildings finished and then possibly start decorating up. So we have my first completed house. Again, just the outsides. I've not done a huge amount to the inside. Um, so as you can tell, we've got some lighting in here. Um, we've put the staircase in. We've got the windows and all the forming. We've got a little balcony at the back here. But that is sort of the structure of this place done. Now all I've got to do is the other 16 or whatever that we've got around here. However, we have seen that there is... Saber has posted some fresh bounties in the bounty building, and one of them has grabbed my attention. So we're going to head over to the shopping district, and we're going to take a look at the bounties, and we are possibly going to acquire ourselves some bounties. So I shall see you back over there. So back to the shopping district, and we're just going to go and run over to the bounty building. Because on Saber's latest video, I saw that he'd posted some fresh bounties. And one of these really sprung to my attention. So let's go and see if it's still here. This looks good. Yes. So Saber would like a giant statue of Prowl for Prowl's... Prowl's going to be doing a tour video of the server. And so he wants a thumbnail for Prowl's tour server video, and he wants a giant statue of Prowl. I quite enjoy building at the moment, and I think building a statue of Prowl will be quite good. But I also have a plan for the statue of Prowl that I think Prowl's going to really like. I know that I'm going to really like doing it, and perhaps Saber won't. Oops. And so Saber paying for his own prank seems like a pretty good idea for me. So I'm going to take the book. I'm going to tell Saber that I'm doing it. And I'm going to acquire 3 stacks of diamonds to build a statue of Prowl. And on that note, guys, I think we're going to leave that there. Thank you ever so much for watching, and next time round you shall be able to come and watch me build a statue of Prowl. I think that's what we're going to do now, get this done sooner rather than later. So we'll get the statue of Prowl built next episode, and hopefully you'll be able to see that one before anyone else gets it on their videos. But I shall see you next time. Bye!